So who is Daken, or Daken, depending on how you pronounce it? I've always thought of it as Daken, so I'm going to keep it as that while we go through this video here today. So basically, he is a son of one of the most iconic Marvel superheroes, Wolverine. However, their relationship together is not always plain sailing. So in terms of legacy, Daken is actually quite a relatively new character. He first debuted in 2006 Wolverine Origins. However, he has, in my opinion, an incredible introduction and tie-in that make him feel like a credible character. So you feel he's been around for a lot longer than he actually has been. There's a lot of new characters coming in the last 10-20 years. I feel like Daken's one that kind of feels like he could stick around for a lot longer. Alright, so backstory. We'll keep it a bit simple. So during his time in Japan, Logan married Itsu and she fell pregnant. Whilst nearing to birth, an brainwashed Winter Soldier murders Wolverine's wife. Logan believes she is dead and his unborn child has not survived. However, in the final stages of the comic, you see a man in a trench coat cutting the baby out of his dead wife's womb. Now, the baby survived as they believe it inherited Wolverine's healing factors. Daken is left on the doorstep of a couple who are very wealthy, who see the arrival of Daken on their doorstep as a blessing. They do name him Akiro to begin with, but is secretly called Daken by a lot of the servants and people around the town. Daken meaning, sorry for the language, dog bastard or mongrel. For a while things were going great until the couple have their own legitimate son, and eventually the mother admits that she doesn't feel the love for her adopted son as she does for her legitimate son. Daken, overhearing this, plots to kill his brother. He has actually killed his brother, and his family find out. His mother attempts to try and kill him, and he kills her in return, and the father commits suicide with all the tragedy that's happened. It's at this point you meet Romulus, who is actually behind the whole Winter Soldier angle, and takes Daken away to start training him to become an assassin. When we meet Daken again, it is 2007, and he is fully grown. He is on a mission of revenge against his father, because he has been brainwashed to believe that it is his fault that his birth mother has died. They have multiple fights throughout the mini-series. Logan is seen to be holding back against his son because he does not want to defeat him. And in a way, Daken ends up getting an advantage over him most of the time because he isn't willing to hold back, and he really does believe that his father should pay for his crimes. In the final part of this series, Daken is kidnapped, and in an argument with Wolverine, he ends up being shot in the head by the Winter Soldier. Wolverine managed to help him escape, but however, because he's been shot in the head, he loses his memories. Quite similar to the movie Wolverine Origins, where Logan takes the adamantium bullet to the head and just can't remember who he is. Wolverine decides this is the perfect time that he can take his son away, help him remember who he truly is, and get to the bottom of what happened and why he is who he is. At the end of the original Sin saga, Daken finally learns the truth and ends up joining forces of Wolverine, and they go on a father-son ass-kicking world tour seeking justice for what has happened. But as most things happen in Marvel, this was not going to last for too long because Daken again would be after his father very shortly. Their ongoing battles continue out throughout the years. However, in one story arc, Logan finally has had enough of his son and decides to kill him the only way he knows possible, which is to drown him. He holds his son underwater till there's no more movement, and Logan feels remorse because he knows there could have been a better life between the two of them, but it was the only way in the end. Otherwise, if he didn't kill Daken, Daken was going to kill him. But wait, it's Marvel, so of course Daken isn't really dead. In 2013, Apocalypse resurrects him to be part of his Horsemen. I believe it's the Horsemen of Death, so look out, Daken is back alive. As currently, he is on Krakoa with all the other mutants. He has made amends with Wolverine, and he is slowly trying to make amends for everything he's done in the past with the new mutant empire. So let's talk his powers and abilities. Much like his father, he has an incredible healing factor. He's able to pretty much rejuvenate from a few cells that are left, as seen when he gets caught on fire in front of Mystique and manages to heal almost as fast as Wolverine does. He has the retractable claws, much like his father, however slightly different. He has 2 coming out of his knuckles and 1 in his under wrist. This is coated in a piece of the Muramar blade to protect him from anti-healing properties of the sword in case it gets used against him. His animal-like senses, just like his father. He can smell, hear and see incredibly well. However, unlike his father, he has a pheromone manipulation skill. This means he can tap into people's emotions and senses and basically make them a lot sluggish, slower, and he can also manipulate people into feeling a certain way. Bear in mind, they have to be pre-existing feelings. He can't create his own new ones. So if he knows someone might have a crush on him, he's able to act on that one and get them to do whatever he wants. And on that note, Daken is actually a bisexual superhero. He is seen having relationships with both men and women throughout the comic books. There's once where he has used a man to make his girlfriend at the time feel very jealous about the situation. He is very manipulative, and you've got to understand that. Okay, so if you're looking for some readings about Daken, I would definitely read Dark Wolverine from 2009 to 2010, Daken Dark Wolverine as well, the whole miniseries, Punisher 2017, Wolverine Origins 10, which is his first appearance, and of course the Dark Reign story arc where Norman Osborn recruits Daken to be his version of Wolverine for his Dark Avengers, and also in the Dark X-Men. And if you want a bit more light-hearted team-up, there's also Daken and X-23. As we all know, Laura Kinney, the female clone of Wolverine, it's basically almost his 2 kids going out on adventures and solving mysteries. Not quite Scooby-Doo style, though. Alright, so if you've got this far with me, thank you for sticking through. Daken is another personal favourite of mine. I would love to see a new series of his he's got so many ties to Wolverine and Lara that I would love to see him have a standalone series where it basically focuses on him, and hopefully he gets the exposure that he deserves. With, in my opinion, with Hugh Jackman becoming more aged and he's such an iconic version of Wolverine, Daken would be a character that you could bring in with a brand new actor into the movies and really just make it their own, and he could be the next wave of the X-Men characters coming through. So yeah, if you like this video, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. If you want to help me, subscribe to the channel, share the video, anything you can. I love making these, so yeah, thank you for the support.